Gato Perro with another review, this time on the Ultimate Spider-Man 6-inch line. Poseable Octopus Tentacle Attack Doc Ock from the Ultimate Spider-Man TV series. Very awesome figure, very glad I found it at the local Walgreens at for $15. So I'll tell you all the ups and downs of this figure after we get to the packaging. As you can see, it's much like the Spider-Man that 6-inch. Oh, it's a 6-inch line Spider-Man that has kind of like an open thing so kids can grab it, which I'm not really fond of because they can just take apart and steal it whenever they want. So not a big fan. Nice Spider-Man artwork at the top, wall crawling Spider-Man logo, poseable Octopus Tentacle Attack Doc Ock by Hasbro. On the side, just a little Ultimate Spider-Man logo. On the back, though, you can see a nice picture of the actual figure with the tentacles attached. The bio is pretty short. Tentacle Attack Doc Ock. The diabolical Doc Ock will stop at nothing to defeat Spider-Man. What sinister plan will he hatch up next? So, kind of a decent read-up. Other figures in the line include the Nova, Web World Spider-Man, and a Shield Tech Spider-Man. Don't know what that's about. I think Shield Tech Spider-Man is the only one that really was from part of the show. But anyway, here we have Tentacle Attack Doc Ock. So, very nice figure. I actually didn't expect to like it as much as I did. I was hoping to look for it earlier this year since it was announced, but I didn't find it anywhere. The closest thing I came was Amazon in the UK, and that's it. But now that I found it randomly, it's very nice. I guess I'll take mostly because of the tentacles, which I'll get to later. Anyway, his head is very nicely sculpted and painted. But currently in the show, his glasses have more like a T shape or X shape in between them. This is more of his original look from the show because they do kind of go through a change as the seasons go on. But you can see his nice red big glasses across his face, his angry grin. Everything's really quite sculpted well, all the mad expressions that a guy should have on his face. Although this version of Doc Ock is more different than comic books, as he has more long hair, and is portrayed to have no mobility of his legs. I think that's what it is. So that's where his arms come in handy. All the nice painted work inside of his teeth are sculpted. Kind of a big oval rectangular chin he's got going on, but that's fine. I don't know what that's about. You can see all the silver is painted right there on whatever harness that is. In the middle of his chest is supposed to be kind of like his breathing section where those flaps are supposed to help to receive oxygen into him. At least that's what I think it is. All the little black tubes going across, yellow, green paint going inside the circles. All the little, those little buckles right there painted. Again, more of a silver paint, even a darker version of gray going across more like the bodysuits of his abdomen, while his arms and legs are more of a lighter gray. Both of his arms and legs, or his gloves and his boots, are more of a shiny black color. Also has wrinkles. So on the back of the figure, I guess mostly it's all black. Well, wait, it has silver on it. Cool. So you can see where the harness or where the tentacles attached is all silver. More black tubes going across. You can see actually the hair sculpted really nicely in the back. See all the separate strands of hair going in there. So just black boots. So the main selling point of this figure is due to his poseable tentacles, and they are poseable as heck. I'll let you know that. First of all, each tentacle on the back, you can actually attach them very easily if you want to change them, because each one of them has like at least a different version. This is more of a clamping on sort of, while others are like more open for grabbing stuff. Like this one right here is more open than the rest of them, and that one right there is a lot more open, and that one's a bit more clenched but kind of not so closed as this one, if you know what I mean. So you have different variety of tentacles, not all just one the same, just attached to different sections. And as you can see, the pose right now, he's kind of reaching out kind of in a 3D motion. But really, the selling point is tentacles. Bend it around. I forgot to show them what you can do with this. It has a free range of motion with the wire. You can pose them all the way up like that if you wish to. And it would stay up there without even falling, unlike the Spider-Man 2 Doc Ock, which I'm considering this would be its replacement no matter what. So you can go side to side. You can bend it in as much as you want. You can bring it in. You can kind of make it work to where he can levitate himself with his tentacles. But it is kind of tricky, but when you have done it, we'll have some pictures in the beginning doing that. And you can see everything on the bottom of the tentacles. This one's more like it's onto the floor. This one also. See, you can lift it up and it will stay up in the air. Very awesome. I really like it. So as far as articulation on the actual figure itself goes, it's not as great, but tentacles make up for it. So it has a ball joint that goes really far down. Kind of not really up because of his hair's restriction. It goes side to side a bit with a pivot. His arms are on a ball joint, at least they go up and down, that up, or that up. But he has no wrist rotation, no forearm, no elbow, nothing. But same on the other hand, and he has kind of a more open, like crush the world kind of a hand open position on that one. If you want to have him like an evil genius pose. As far as legs, they just swivel back and forth. No knee, no ankle, no toe, nothing. So it's not disappointing, but it's not bad either. From what I can tell, this is kind of like the Tentacle Spider-Man 6-inch figure that came out, if anyone's seen that. So really what you're buying this for is the Tentacles, which is what I wanted them for. So really not a disappointing figure. Really like it. So as a comparison, we'll compare him to his Ultimate Spider-Man figure. This is a super poseable Ultimate Spider-Man. You can see Doc Ock is a much smaller person, and it shows because Spider-Man is up to, well, content Doc Ock reaches up to his neck, so to speak. So good height there. Next is the Spectacular Spider-Man figure. So right there, it's kind of the same as Ultimate, but not really. Maybe you want to have them together. They're more or less almost more the same height, but still pretty good. And is that all? So that's our comparisons. Really great figure. I guess I would give this one an 8.5 out of 10. Really great. Really love the tentacles. Much better. One of the better working tentacles I've ever seen on a figure. Anyway, we got the. What would you give it?
I would give it an 8.
8. Really great figure. Really recommend you go buy it wherever it is that you find it. This has been Gato Perro. Stay tuned, more reviews and stop motion coming out soon from us. Gato Perro.